Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, in this episode, I want to discuss the importance of body fluids. But before I jump into today's episode, I want to recommend that you share this video with anyone that you may know of that suffers from any type of chronic illness, autoimmune disorder, cancer, trauma in terms of pain, physically and mentally, because acupuncture is great for those conditions and helping manage and even in some cases treating, as well as treating mental and emotional disorders. All right. And if you want to learn more about acupuncture on this channel, the Acupuncture's My Life Volume 1 album is out. So you can check out those videos, listen, it's great music, and learn so much about acupuncture. And also, if you want to learn more about acupuncture along with listening to the album, watching the videos, and so forth, subscribe to our newsletter. I'll keep it pinned in the comment section along with the album to make it easier for you to access and continue to learn more about acupuncture. All right. Now back to the topic of discussion, and that being the importance of body fluids. Now, I want to ask this question. Are you aware that you have two types of body fluids? Now, many of you are unaware of this. Acupuncturists know this, we're well versed at treating it, any disorders that pertain to it. But there are so many individuals that are unaware that there are two types of body fluids. Now, one type of body fluid is considered like moist or like saliva, and it's basically anything that's liquid. Now, this type of body fluid is generally it's like clear, it's light, it's thin and watery, and it like tends to circulate more so between your skin and your muscles. All right. So it's pretty much close to the exterior surface of the body, and it supports your protective chi. And I'll get into that later on in the video, as well as if you want to learn more about chi, go back to What is Chi video on this channel and watch that episode. Okay. But this type of liquid that traverses the surface area between the skin and muscles, this type of liquid tends to more so nourish and moisten your skin and muscles, okay? And it sort of exudes itself in the form of sweat, and it manifests as your tears, your saliva, and your mucus, all right? And it also serves as a component of your blood. Now, the other type of body fluid, now this one tends to be thicker, and it's more so basically fluids of living organisms, let's say such as fruits and vegetables and etc. So this type of body fluid more so depends on the foods and fluids that you ingest. Now again, this type of fluid is more dense, it's more heavy, and it sort of circulates more so in the interior of the body, like in your core, deep in your gut. It moves and it circulates like very slowly. So that supports the more thicker aspect of it. Now, the function of this type of fluid is basically to moisten your joints, your spine, your brain marrow. All right. So this is a very important type of body fluid. So when I say spine, I'm talking more so in terms of cerebral spinal fluid, because that type of fluid is pretty thick, whereas like sweat, tears, the first type of body fluid tends to be thinner. Now, this type of body fluid, the second type, also lubricates your sense organs such as your eyes, your ears, your nose, and your mouth. Okay, you ever notice the fluids in the eyes or the ears or the nose or the mouth? Now, when I say fluids in the ears, like the wax and stuff that's inside of your ears, all right? But body fluids are like super important. So they heavily depend on you drinking a lot of room temperature water throughout the day, eating plenty of fruits, vegetables, quality red meats, fish, and so forth. Don't be pigging out on cake and chips and all of that other insane stuff. And another thing, stay away from drinking soda and drinking alcohol. Not good. Now, another thing that many individuals are unaware of is body fluid's strong relationship with both chi and blood. And you know what? I need to do an episode by itself on blood because it's super important. And we all know this. It's like the fuel in our tank, and without it, we can't exist. All right? And blood is yin in nature. Chi is what moves the blood, which is yang in nature. But now, let me get back to this. There are many ways in which chi and body fluid are related. Now, one is chi is responsible for transforming as well as transporting body fluids. Now, when I say transforming, something has to transform the foods and fluids that come into your mouth into body fluids. And then it moves the body fluids, both the thin one underneath the skin, between the skin and muscles, and the thick one that's more internal throughout your body. Chi does that, just like chi moves blood, okay? And if this doesn't happen, then body fluids, if chi isn't moving body fluids, it'll accumulate and give rise to many types of diseases. Like, you ever notice someone suffering from edema of the feet, the ankles, the legs? This is because one reason is they're chi deficient, and the chi is not moving these fluids throughout the body the way in which it should. Which is why, again, it's important that you make acupuncture a part of your life. Now, also, chi has the ability to keep body fluids in its place. So when chi is deficient, okay, it can lead to urinary incontinence. It can lead to spontaneous sweating, as well as chronic vaginal discharge. Now, if you want to learn more about that, I recommend you go to acupuncturesmylife.com, click on the virtual consultation tab, and schedule an appointment to talk with me further about urinary incontinence, spontaneous sweating, and even chronic vaginal discharge. Okay? You have no excuse, because some individuals will say, oh, I live too far from an acupuncturist. I have no way to get in contact with one. Now you do. Now I want to jump into another important relationship with body fluids, and that being body fluids and blood. Now, the relationship between body fluid and blood is that of, I would say, mutual nourishment, because body fluids tend to replenish blood, keeping it nice and thin so that it can circulate easily throughout the body. Now, if you're dehydrated, that means that you're low on body fluids. Now your blood becomes thick, too thick, and it can coagulate, or it can stagnate or become static. And blood stasis can lead to a lot of problems. So basically what you want to do is, again, like I said, drink plenty of water, stay away from the sodas and the alcohol and the terrible ultra processed foods. All right. And for those that exercise a lot, now sweating is good, but you don't want to sweat too much, because when you sweat too much, like I said in the video discussing essence, and if you want to go back to that, check that video out. But if you sweat too much, you begin to lose essence and too much in the way of body fluids. So if you're exercising a lot, or some individuals love to sit in saunas or hot rooms or whatever, be sure to replenish yourself of not only the fluids in which you've lost while exercising, but you want to add additional fluids, a lot of room temperature water, herbal teas, and if you sit in a hot room or if you sweat a lot, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables because you want to get the electrolytes and the minerals, all of that stuff back, all right? But in the interim, you know what I want you to do? Not only listen to the Acupuncture is My Life Volume 1 album, streaming on every music platform, and it's pinned in the comment section. I want you to subscribe to the newsletter, listen to the Acupuncture is My Life podcast, so you can learn more about acupuncture. So make acupuncture a part of your life, because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?